Then God's work finished, and on the seventh day there was rest. God was pleased with all that was made, and He made the seventh day holy by setting it apart from all the others. We keep the Sabbath or the Lord's day still, in which His children may rest and worship. Adam and Eve were very happy, for they had never done anything wrong. God gave them a beautiful white garden called Eden, full of flowers and all kinds of fruit, and with a river flowing through it, and told Adam to take care of the garden. And he sent all the animals and birds to Adam to be named. God told him also that he might eat the fruit of all the trees of the garden, except one, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But if he ate of the fruit of that tree, he should surely die. And Adam and Eve loved God and had no wish to disobey him, for he was their father. But there was a creeping serpent in the garden, and the evil spirit that puts wrong thoughts in our hearts spoke to Eve through the serpent. "You shall not die," he said, "but you shall be wise like God if you eat of this fruit." And Eve ate of the fruit and gave it to her husband. Then they knew that they had sinned, and when they heard the voice of God in the garden calling them, they hid among the trees, for they were unhappy and afraid. When the Lord had asked Adam if he had eaten of the fruit that was forbidden, Adam laid the sin upon Eve, who gave it to him. And Eve said that the serpent had tempted her to eat of the fruit. God knew that they must suffer for their sin, so he sent them out of the garden to make a garden for themselves, and to work and suffer pain, as all who came after them have done to this day. But he gave them a great promise, that among their children's children one should be born who would be stronger than sin, and a savior from it. After these two children were sent to comfort Adam and Eve, first Cain and then Abel. When they grew up, Cain was a farmer, but Abel was a shepherd. They had been taught to worship God by bringing the best of all they had to him. And so Cain brought fruit and grain to lay upon his altar, but Abel brought a lamb driven from Eden. God looked into their hearts and saw that Abel wished to do right, but Cain's heart was full of sin. Cain was angry because the Lord was pleased with the worship of Abel. And while they talked in the field, Cain killed his brother. When the Lord said to Cain, "Where is thy brother?" he answered, "I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord sent him away from home to wander from place to place over the earth and find no rest. But he promised that no one should hurt Cain or kill him as he had killed his brother. So he went away into another land to live. Adam lived many years after this and had other children, but at last he died when his children's children were beginning to spread over the land.